So I remember going on this really cool backpack trip with a couple of friends of mine, and we were all really opinionated. There were three of us, and we're up in the mountains, and it's kind of snowy, and it was a 3-day trip, and we were about halfway through, and we're trying to figure out, it's snowing, it's really cold, and the first day had been pretty tough, and there was this idea that maybe we should bail on it. I kind of wanted to keep going, and I'm sort of saying, well, we should do this. I mean, it's going to be amazing. But the problem is, we don't have a way to tell. Actually, it's hard to argue that. I found we bailed and we went back to the car and we didn't do the trip. But I didn't have a good case because I couldn't say actually what it was going to be like. We had the future wasn't able to be determined. Now we could kind of look at the map, but it's hard to tell, like, is it going to be more like this, or is it suddenly going to become easier? Is it going to be better? Is the weather going to change? But I couldn't read the future, so I couldn't fight for that. But the present was kind of crappy, and that was really what was driving the conversation. And the past, what we'd just done for a day or two, wasn't so fun. And so that kind of carried the day. And I tell you this story because our art making is similar. We don't really have a sense so much of what it's going to be in terms of the kind of work we're going to make, but just how it's going to go. We can only, the kind of work we want to make. Is it going to get better? I mean, there's all those questions. Are we going to sell more work? But more importantly, how is it feeling to you? Is it going to improve? Is this where I want it to be? And we can't see. That's the challenge with the art making thing. You can't know unless you're copying someone else's direction. Then you can kind of tell. If you're going to kind of be like Picasso, you kind of know where to go. But if you're truly looking at this thing and trying to sleuth what it is you want to make for you, you don't get to know the future. But you have the present. and that's important to kind of look at. But really, the powerful thing to look at is what's come before. And by looking at that, by starting to understand what's happened in the past, you can get clues as to about what's going to happen moving forward. The idea that we're going to get better at determining what it is we're doing, what it is that lights us up as we go, is really the creative path. That's the art making process. You generally improve at this. And it's just important to sort of realize that even though it's just huge question marks and there's all this uncertainty, looking back can give you an idea of where you're headed. So questions, what part of what I've been doing in the past still lights me up, right? Like, that's a really great question. Obviously, I mean, when I look back 6 months, I cringe on my Instagram. It's like, God, how could I post that, Because I'm improving, hopefully, and I don't like my older things. But there's things in there that are still good. And it's our job to kind of sleuth that and extract that and then bring it into the present and ruminate it and then use it to go forward. And this is a way that you can really speed up this process and really find clarity for yourself. And it's just something that, we get so caught up in the present and we keep worrying about the future. But so much of this can be understood by looking back. So just curious, let us know in the comments, what it is, what's behind you that you've made, that's in your work, that's in your life, that still lights you up, that you're interested in keeping in your art or bringing back into your art. It's a really great question, and it can really shift your work. So let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear that. This whole thing relates to style. And I get so many questions about this, and I hear a lot of artists talking about it, finding your style. And It's a big old tangle, and I'm going to be talking about this. I just took a whole episode of the Art2Life podcast that comes out on Wednesday about finding your style, and it's a bit of a rant because it's just me, but I think there's some ways to focus on this and help you, because I know that this is something that's really desired, and I think I have some really cool ways of making it seem really doable, which it is. So hopefully tune in for that. It's coming out on Wednesday. We have the amazing free Art2Life Facebook group. There's a link down below to join that. We've got amazing artists from all over the world. It's really, really cool. It's super supportive environment. It's free, it's fun, and we'd love you to be a part of it. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you real soon. Okay. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So join the Art2Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, let's do this. Awesome.